We're back again. Hello everyone, my name is Stopper, and welcome back to Stranded, the furry visual novel from a while ago. I played yesterday and made a video. And today, we're gonna finish Chapter 4. Chapter 4 does have 3 different endings. I would click and show, but it has Beru, another word that starts with a B at the beginning, in it. So, we're gonna go ahead and load and continue right from where we left off with going with Beru. Wait. Something the matter, Jason? Beru, hold up. Me? What is it? He says while turning around to face me properly. Can I come with you instead? I don't mind, but you need to ask Kim first since it was his idea. Yeah, this makes Kim sad. But I checked, and this route has a lot more picture options things. Kim looked at me for a while before pondering his decision. He looked skeptical at first before finally making up his mind. No, only if Beru is okay with it. Of course I'm okay with it. The more the merrier, says cheerfully. That won't be necessary. Beru can go together with Jason. Why though? You sure about this? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be packed. I'm sure they could use the extra help. Oh. I see. I just want to see the new area since I didn't get to see it for myself yesterday, so that's why. I gave a small glance at Terry, who refused to look back at me. Dang. Is that so? Then don't forget to tell me your opinion once you get back, alright? He said, flashing his big, dumb, adorable smile. Indeed. Do you remember the way to the new area, Beru? Faintly, but I'll find a way. Somehow. Heavy look of concern washes over Kim's face, yet he nods deeply in understanding. Remember, it's just recon work. The both of you need to get back here ASAP, okay? He asserts with a commanding tone before holding out his spear to me. Sigh, why would you give the spear to him? Couldn't even hurt a fly with that thing. Ahoy! What's that supposed to mean? What does hoy mean? It pains me to say it, but I have to agree with Terry. Okay, I see how it is. Guys. I don't get a weapon because if I look at my arms, I have a lot of scars. Boy, I know you underestimate me. I ain't that weak, right guys? I yell back in mock defiance. Of course. I realize that everyone is just trying to keep their gaze down. Their silence spoke 1,000 words. So, my character is dumb. Guys? Let the face again. Sorry, Jason. Sometimes you don't seem very reliable. What do you mean? Stop looking at me like that. I'm gonna call the police. Wait, I can't call the police. We're on an island. Well, I'm gonna call my mother. Does that work? No? No, does it count? Okay, let's just move on. Sad Jason noises. I see how it is. Of course. Terry, shut up and take off your shirt or something. Terry sneered at me, trying to contain his laughter. I'm gonna slap you. Get my revenge for this. You don't think I'm weak, right? He's gone. What is this deja vu? He's already gone into the forest if you're looking for him. Without me? Hey, Jason. What? Ow. Oh. Gives me a reassuring smack because I was unaware, causing me to yelp in surprise. Ow. Go get him, Tiger. He asserts with commanding tone before holding out his spear a second time towards me. I nod, reaching out to accept the spear from Kim before chasing after a certain white polar bear. Okay, don't stray too far, okay? Have some save some exploration for the rest of us. He yelled out to me as soon as he disappeared. Who soon disappeared into the thick foliage of the forest. I need water. Helps me read better. Are you planning to help or just stand there all day long? Oh, he's missing me already. But then again, the Beru path has a lot more options, so... Oh no. I don't know. I just can't have to worry about them. Jason is a man of action. I'm sure he'll only act when push comes to shove. Confident that he'll mind their safety out there. Kim ponders while watching steadily the non-existent outlines of his friends disappearing into the unknown. However, I wasn't prepared as to what I'll be witnessing next. Okay. I feel afraid. I'm going to try and not edit this, so I'm going to, put that down there. As I got a little bit further from our campsite, I began to approach the polar bear that was about 5 meters away from me. Beru? Alright, Beru, you can do this. You've been the supportive character all this time. Now it's finally your time to shine as the main character. Is he talking to himself? How should I do this without messing up? I've never led a team or anyone before. What did Kim do at this moment? Think, Beru, think. Be like Kim, be like Kim. Be like Kim. Cosplay costume unlocked! What? What? Karu. Karu. This is a new character, guys. I'll put it back down here. You can do it, Beru. This is why I let you be in charge of this. I don't know. Oh, Beru. What the hell is going on? Yeah, man, you're going to be a natural at this. Really? Please don't show the bunny girl or Terry. Yeah, you know what I always say. A calm mind is a clear mind. Calm mind's a clear mind. Got it. Yeah, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Just changing for color. I believe in you too, Beru. You are very strong, more capable than Kim. No, I don't have what it takes to be a good leader like Kim does. He's way better than me. Oh my god. You'd be a better leader than that Bellucci's over there. It's true, I didn't mention this before, but I've been secretly watching you from the start. You definitely have what it takes to be a good leader. Terry, I didn't know you felt that way. Was that Terry? Oh my god. I'll do it. I'll do my best and I will succeed. That's the spirit, man. Prove to us how strong and capable you are. I'm rooting for you. Oh, you guys, you're gonna make me emotional. The rest of the charade continues on with laughter with no end in sight as I couldn't believe my own two eyes. You know, this really filled my mind as I tried to process everything I had just witnessed. Alright, let's do this and show Beru. I called out for him, behind him, hoping it didn't startle him. Beru flinched his name suddenly before being mentioned during the charade moment. He slowly took his time, turning his head around to face me directly. We both had just a long stare down, unsure what the next response should be. Jason? This is it. I can tell. Let me see how much I'm gonna have to... That is all y'all get to see. I think. I still don't know if I have to censor that. I tried finding videos last night, but I could not find any. I just got sent a post for Minecraft. It's a pig floating off into the sky. Jesus Christ. Um, let's continue. Beru, are you okay? I'm fine. What are you doing here anyway? You left without me. I was trying to chase you down. I wasn't going to leave you. I was just getting some fresh air. You know what? Let me actually do a bit more looking up to see if I have to censor that. Short answer, no, I cannot. You mean the whole cosplay thing? Ah, shut up. He was actually changing colors. Oof flails around in shame, trying his best to avoid looking me in the eye. Damn, he's so cute. Oh, wait, I can finally show the whole screen. Just don't fall down and do that again, please. Why are you staring at me like that? Sorry, I just thought that you'd look cute just now. You shouldn't joke about stuff like that, you know. And I'm telling the truth now? Can you do me a favor? Please don't tell anyone about what you just saw, please. Took a second to ponder about it as Barry looked at me with a big pleading hopeful eye. Having such beautiful heterochromia eyes, blue and red, that were very contrasty compared to his white fur, I just realized, what if I get a horrible ending because I'm going after all the guys? The only dude that I haven't had any chance to rizz up at all is the otter. Owen's the only one. Because I'm pretty... no, I was about to say he's super straight, but then I remembered back in part 1 the super anime parts. Because I guarantee you, if I go to the CG event, I think it was in chapter 2, maybe? Yeah, this. Right. I was debating making this a thumbnail for that part. Maybe. What do you mean, maybe? Ignoring his question, I gave him a playful smirk and began to trail further into the woods with Barrow following right behind me. Hey, Jason, tell me! Jason! Russell. What was that? The rest of the group are far from us now, and only wild foliage surrounds us every step of the way. Both of us were gasping for air from the unfamiliar walk. Huff. Curse this weak mortal body. What? Huh? I've tasked Barrow with marking each tree that is substantial in size as we pass by, acting as convenient trail markers so we might retrace our steps. The journey felt uneventful, and we resorted to scavenging whatever edibles we could find along the path to break the monotony, while occasionally throwing around small jokes to maintain our morale. Barrow constantly threw his gaze at me, seemed harder to ignore. The moment I look back at him, Barrow immediately turns his gaze away. The scene went on for quite some time as we got further into the forest. Is there something you want to say, Barrow? Huh? What do you mean? No. Really? You keep staring at me, you know. Oh. Barrow went quiet for a moment, trying to think of his next sentence. The music's fading out. Back at the camp, you said you wanted to come with me. I did remember saying that. What about it? Why though? Why me? Because I wanted to. Huh? That's it? Barrow was taken aback by my response. He definitely wasn't expecting a straightforward answer from me. Yeah? That was really impetuous of you, Jason. Is everything okay? I smirk and cover my mouth a little, chuckling as I hold back my laughter. Impetuous? That's a big word coming from you, Barrow. Hey, no bully. You're starting to become just like Terry. Barrow whined as he puffed his cheeks, sounding upset at being judged. I burst into heavy laughter as we marched on, Barrow constantly scowling all the while. Took me a minute to recover from the laughter. I'm sorry, Bear. I'll hold off the jokes for now. You meanie. Truthfully, I just needed to walk to clear my heavy head as you seem like a good enough company, so I volunteered. I can't read. But you have company. There's Kim, Lucy, Owen, and maybe even Terry back there. I know. But I didn't want a whole gang. I'm not much of an extrovert, and I just prefer one-on-one conversations, so to speak. Me too, Ton. Plus, I really just want to get to know you more. Yeah, I'm not even going to ask you to take off your shirt, because I'd have to... I can already see everything. Did I say something I didn't read? No. My character is just like me for real. No wonder he has my name, because I named him. I looked up at Barrow and flashed him a warm smile. Barrow looked at him momentarily stunned, his eyes widening for a split second. He turned his gaze away from me before muttering something under his breath. It was both confusion and happiness, so the hint of doubt was clearly showing on his face. The white bear kept at his own pace, eyeing the trail for a bit before finally turning towards me. Well, I'm happy that you like my company. Big oaf. I stand there dumbfounded at Barry's reaction, his genuine innocent smile and happiness over something that menial to me. Did that say to me? Yes, it did. One could only wonder how it can invoke that kind of radiant smile. Even in a place like this, a genuine smile like that can still exist. A smile that is worth protecting. I offered a nod of approval and opened my mouth to continue the conversation, but my mind stalled and I couldn't think of a proper reply. I thought fast and decided to wing it with what I was about to say next. You know how to hunt, Barrow? I said, looking at Barrow's handmade spear as he held them tight in his big paws. Yeah, I do. For real? I didn't know you were a hunting kind of person. Well, I'm very full of surprises. Is that a kobold? What is this supposed to be? I hunted big monsters like Apex Zinogor and Lucent Nargacuga to the point that I don't take damage from their attacks anymore. Of course he's talking about games. Harriet. Why is your sword so tiny? And then blah 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 blah. Honestly, for someone like me who barely played any games, that's a lie. Every single word that Barry said went right over my head. Everything I have said felt like gibberish to me. Still, it's cute that he's so passionate about it. Blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah. And that's how I got to... I meant in real life. Huh? Have you ever hunted anything in real life? Oh. Well, does this grocery shopping count? No. Aww. Barry grumbled as he scrambled in his mind, trying to find anything that resembles hunting that was in the game. I chuckled at his simple thought process. If only I could do the same, life would feel much more manageable. I don't have to overthink about stuff. I don't have to feel so hopeless. Well, he's overthinking right now. Look at him. How I wish that I could turn back to a time where life was simple. Sorry, not as dependable as you might think. Don't worry about it. Maybe I'm jumping too far ahead. Let's just secure ourselves a new camp first. Barry gave a sharp nod, gripping his spear with confidence and continuing the trek in a jovial mood. We're here. Oh, the water running. It looks amazing. I love this art. It is already noon as the heat of the sun begins to burn us with its gaze. It did wonders for visibility, pouring sweat stung for our eyes frequently and dried our throats. This was a far cry from the gentle warmth at dawn. The uncomfortable shift in weather conditions forced us to slow down our pace in order to conserve energy. Holy macaroni, it's so hot. Can we take a break for a minute? We can catch our breath for a bit in that shade over there. I pointed and looked back at a visibly panting Barry who seemed to be in worse shape than me. Well, Barry is chubby. It was surprising that he wasn't the first to complain this time, and I silently acknowledged the sheer willpower it took for him to power through the oppressive heat. I thought you'd never stop, he said, and flopped underneath a shady tree before laying his back on the ground while stretching out the tightness in his limbs. Why didn't you say anything back then? I don't know. I just didn't want to hold you back. At least we're near the river area. We can freshen up a bit here and head on our way soon. How far are we to the new place? Are we close? Shouldn't be that far from it. The fact that we're by the river right now means we're very close. And tell me again why we didn't just make this place our new campsite. Didn't have to walk this far if we hadn't. I think it's something about needing a flat or an open area or something. Thinking about it myself, I understand that the team wants an open area for the campsite. This riverside is surrounded by large trees and foliage. It made it almost impossible to set up camp here. Well, let's just chill here for now, I guess. Time went by as we slowly regained our breath. Bear already went by the river to freshen himself up while I'm sitting under the shades of the tree. I look at Bear as he slowly dips his furry feet under the cold river water. Bear lets out a breath of satisfaction as the water slowly engulfs his feet up until his knee. So, what did you even do back at home? What did you say? You know, back before all of this? Oh, I pondered for a moment before sharing a bit about himself. I play games, actually, lots of games. I've read comic books, collected merches, and also make online content. Online contents? You know, like me making a video of playing games live on Twitch and YouTube and stuff. I think one of my colleagues mentioned something like that. Not that I know anything about it. What do they call those people again? It's, a streamer? Yeah, a streamer, that's what they call them. Wait, you don't know what a streamer is? How old are you again? I know, I sound like a grandpa right now. I just never get time to know all this, okay? Since you have a lot of time to spare, you probably do the streaming thing a lot, huh? Yeah, I didn't get much traction at first, because I was new and all. But I kept on going because it was fun, and soon more and more people came to see me play. Sounds like a pain to keep track of all those people. I mean, streamer sounds like an over term, especially when I'm doing it mostly for my own pleasure. Plus, it's nice to interact with new people. He sat up attentively, obviously happy to pursue this topic. Well, it's great that you can maintain a good relationship with people both online and in real life. I know I couldn't even if I tried. Mario let out an uneasy sounding chuckle inside. I'm flattered that you thought so highly of me, but well, it's a lot harder than it seems. Oh? How so? You had a conversation with someone, but you just can't seem to connect with them. We're getting sad backstory? Hold on. I'm gonna check I think this might just be another one of the images, because we haven't gotten choices yet. Who's sending me notifications? Why won't people leave me alone? I'm trying to record. He looks sad. Happens a lot, actually. I can't seem to connect with people. No, I just freeze up sometimes in the middle of a conversation. It's not like we're a bad company to talk to. We vibe really well together in games and would talk about it for hours. Oh, what the hell? Outside of games, I didn't know what to say. So I just do what I know best and ignore it. Oh my god. He's just like me for real. Kept it all the way to myself. And good gods. Only I engage more in what others are into than maybe. Bear seemed to lose a spark of interest in his eyes just as fast as it had appeared earlier. Just maybe No! He slinked back and leaned against a tree trunk while taking a deep breath. The smile on his face slowly vanished as he stared into the distance with a dreamy yet empty look. Well, what did you like playing? Quickly changed the topic, feeling disheartened at seeing Baru look all spiritless all of a sudden. Oh, where do I even start? I always loved strategy games. I played Magic the Gathering Online, Legend of Runeterra. I watch and listen as Baron mentions every single game I've never heard of. Even though most of the names would just fly right over my head. Oh, I played Tabletop Simulator on my computer a lot lately with my online friends. What's a tabletop simulator? It's a platform that lets you play all sorts of games with other people online. Wait, okay, what would you play on these tabletop simulator game? What wouldn't I play? Trailhead, House on the Hill, Catan, Azul, Camelot, Monopoly? Monopoly? Yes, even Monopoly. Have you ever played that one before? I remember playing those when I was a kid. I don't really like it. What's wrong with the Monopoly? I don't know. Board games are generally boring to me. The mechanics are basic, the aesthetics are simple, and I just don't get the charm of it. I mean, not everyone has the same preference. It's okay to disagree with it. Yeah, I don't think it's for me, but... What? I had a fun memory playing it with my younger brothers. My siblings always tried to see who was best at the game. They even went bankrupt from trying to buy every single property. I laughed as I pondered those old long memories. See, it wasn't that bad, was it? Yeah. I guess not. Right. Games are always fun when you have someone to enjoy it with. I couldn't help but giggle at his enthusiasm. Sorry, I'm yawning. Let me drink some water. Fight back the yawns. Yum. It was my first time seeing him so passionate and knowledgeable about something after all. We sat there for quite some time, enjoying each other's company without a care in the world. You know, if we ever get out of here alive, I would have really liked just hanging out and playing Monopoly with you. Simple promise of a hopeful future. Well, back to boring old work life back there waiting for me, and maybe it's more to look forward to. Well, I don't mind giving it another shot when we get off this island, if that's okay with you. It's a promise. Uh-oh. Sudden rustle from the bushes interrupted him. His ears peeked at the noise as his hand reached for his spear. Hey, Jason. You heard that, right? Not hastily gripping my spear in my own hand, assuming a crouching stance to keep my voice low while on my feet. What should we do? It's back. The mirror mimics my posture, albeit more defensively. I don't know. Are we about to meet a new character? I hope so. What if he's half naked? He said hesitantly with one deep breath. Stay here, I'm gonna go check it. He declared with a bold tone. It might be a snake. Is it a snake guy? Ooh. Stop here, check yourself. Bear, wait. Huh? Let me have a look instead. Stay behind me and keep in view. But what if it's too dangerous? Don't worry, I'll just cover my back, okay? I said with a sly grin. Nevertheless, I pondered the full folly of my choice deep inside. Running might have been a wiser choice. Our legs wouldn't be able to hold up after all that exertion from earlier. Better to go down without fighting than die as cowards. Whitebear only sighs and steps back a little, letting me step ahead. Creep closer towards the push, spear tip outstretched and ready to thrust. I stopped in my tracks, the rest of me now more frantic. What was that? What was that? Just a brownish blur broke through the overgrowth, and my arms seemed to send my spear forward forcefully to meet my target. My aim was true, and my reaction was swift enough. The creature hadn't had a chance to react defensively, and the spearhead ran through its midsection neatly. There was only a brief high-pitched squealing, followed by silence. The creature's forelegs kicked and squirmed with whatever life it had left until death put it to rest for good. Adrenaline melted away, allowing me to realize the aftermath of my action, and then my spear dropped to the ground with a dull thump. What was it? I glanced at the carcass, my eyes shooting up and staring unblinkingly at the vicious red sheen which coated its surface. Scarlet blobs lined the earth like spilled red ink. Why is it censored? They felt scared and lurched to the side as he heaved and threw up on the ground. Burial says his beard is gently patting me back. Good thing it was just a rabbit, huh? We just victimized that rabbit. That rabbit's freaking dead. That's a dead-ass rabbit. Jesus. I can't. I did that. I was hoping it was a new character, but we're not getting that until chapter 5. Cough, cough. Hey, you okay? Coughed and panted. My hands were trembling, even as Barry patted my back and reassured me. No, I just killed a rabbit with my own hands. Don't let... We don't let Lucy know. A bunny is really close to a rabbit. We don't let Lucy know. We keep that in secret. Unless she pops up out of the forest and sees the corpse. Please don't. I've never killed anything in my entire life. Brother! Why? It's a rabbit. I don't care that it's dead. It's a rabbit. Stay here for a bit. I'll clean it up. We can eat it. Barry takes a speared rabbit and brings it to the riverside, leaving me aside. Closed my eyes, trying to calm myself from the nauseating feelings. The sound of nature felt soothing around me as I emptied my mind. Sometime I basked in the freedom of doing absolutely nothing until I felt a hand grip my shoulder. Feeling better? Yeah, I think so. What did you do with the rabbit? Barry stretches his paw while dangling the corpse of the rabbit over to me. His fur looked a lot less dirty from earlier. Something began looking from it, looking at you. We should get going. We're already so close to the new campsite. Is it okay with you? Barrow held out his hand to me. It completely baffles me how calm Barrow can be. I will feel sick the moment I see drops of blood. I guess you can never truly judge someone based on their looks. Who knew a big, fluffy, soft-hearted guy like him could be so strong? Well, as most big characters. Why are you staring at me like that? That's nothing. I'm ready to go now, I said as I grasped his outstretched limb, pulled myself up, feeling a small sense of comfort that the ground felt firm beneath me once more. Here. Oh. He handed my spear back to me. I looked at the dangerous edge, noting that it had been cleaned off completely of the blood. Its untarnished looking surface stared back at me, as if its sinister part in the events earlier was to remain an inconspicuous fact. Pushing away the slight hint of an unwanted memory from my mind, I gave a thank you to Barrow and walked ahead of him to where we left off. Is this the part? We were following our designated track once more, only this time I was the one marking the trees. We kept on for what felt like a brief, leisurely stroll, before reaching a dense patch of undergrowth. Oh, that said something else. I took note of our timing, and deduced that it would be around noon by now, judging by the sun's position. Following that, we keep pushing through the natural obstruction till we reach a bigger clearing area. The site looked exactly how I imagined it would be. A lush, verdant-looking clearing that appeared to house a variety of life. Sitting right in the middle of it all was a crystal-clear pond. Whoa! Excuse me. It was the main attraction. A dull, rumbling echoed around my ears. My eyes caught sight of a majestic waterfall sitting on an elevated peak above all. Far from where we stood, the area is brimming with life compared to how we were living. Fishes swam beneath the clear water line, and the tree around the vicinity were those of the fertile fruit-bearing variety. Now this is what paradise looks like, exclaimed while throwing excited glances all around. Barrow sat down with a grunt of relaxation and cracked his stiff joints audibly to release some tension. I mean, if we weren't stranded in the middle of nowhere, I probably would have enjoyed this place a lot more. People would pay good money to see this kind of place. Okay, I will be right back. Can we talk about this music? Can we talk about this? The music is so chill. Well, I call dibs on this spot. This is where I'll build my camp. Hey, you can't call dibs on Mother Nature. Too bad, I already did. No. He sticks his tongue out at me before plopping down at a self-proclaimed spot. I laughed at his naivety before joining him for a seat. The sound of the distant waterfall, along with the flowing river or water, was soothing to the ear. The huge foliage of the trees sheltered us from the harsh gaze of the sun. Ugh. Sorry about that. My freaking... There's something in my sock, and it's like hurting me. Ow! Okay, I think I got it. This is nice. Did I accidentally click? It makes the whole walking session feel worth it, don't you think? This place seems so surreal to me. Why would you say that? Ah, there's still something in my shoe. Shoe? I've always seen this kind of place in games or TV shows, but never myself. It felt unreal to me. I feel like that should say it feels unreal to me. But then again, game developers, their choice. One of them's probably watching this right now. Hello. I'm loving this game. Can't wait for chapter 5. This place would be so cool as a game map or cartoon. Maybe I should make a Minecraft map based on this area. I can't wait to go home and... His words suddenly fell silent with his demeanor going back to looking indifferent in a heartbeat. Aww. Don't worry, Bear. We'll make it home. We'll make it home, Bear. Okay, I finally hopefully got whatever it was out of my sock so I don't get stabbed in my freaking foot anymore. This is the type of side quest I do in any video. Just all of a sudden, hold on guys, there's something in my shoe. Or, hold on guys, there's something poking me. Hold on, my dog is barking. Hold on, my cat is at my door. Hold on, I need to feed my cat. Hold on, I need to feed my dog. Hold on, my dog needs attention. I had to let my dog in because she was barking. I gotta tell her to shut up. Shut up, dog. Oh no, it got darker around the edges. Arrow? Sorry, I kind of lost myself a little. He lets out a huff of air before continuing a sentence. What's wrong? Will we ever make it out of here? I can't read. I'm sorry. It's not like me to ask these kind of questions. What's gonna happen to all my game accounts? All those hours spent on all of my games will be gone. I will lose my ranking if this continues. He screamed out, seemingly worried about his games back at home. For a second, I thought he would genuinely seem concerned about being stranded here. However, this one felt forced to me. As if he's trying to show it, only masking it with his gaming addiction. With whoever decided, but who's to decide whether I'm right about this in the end? In the end, it's just my own dedication versus the truth. Yes. Huh? If there's anything else that I'm sure of, it is that we will all find a way off this piece of land somehow. You got Kim, Lucy, Owen, and even Terry to watch your back, and I'm also here for you if you need me. Said with determination in my voice as I stared at him right in the eyes. A familiar smile returned as he turned to look at me. You really think so? As long as we have the means for survival, then we can work something out. And I said as I waved my hand slowly from left to right, gesturing at the clearing we were in. He let out a short laugh. Where do you get all of these ideas from? A rogue wizard tells me about this stuff like these in my dreams. I say as firmly as I can muster, attempting to play around with Bear's imagination once more. Oh? Is that where you were moaning and mumbling in your sleep at night? What? I I don't, I don't, I don't do that. Hello? Oh, how did I get here? Oh. Save, I guess. What? What do you mean moaning and mumbling in my sleep? Or was it just snoring? Excuse you, I don't snore. Don't slander me in front of my face. Eh? But everyone in the camp knows about it. What? Staring out, trying to keep a serious face even when I didn't call it out. The bear chuckled at my reaction before bursting with laughter, cradling his sides as if he had witnessed the stand-up comedy routine of a lifetime. Seeing the bear bursting with laughter, I couldn't help myself from laughing at the absurdity of the situation as well. It was all well until a familiar grumbling sound emerged from Bear's belly. Bear, you are always hungry. Sorry. I guess we gotta cook that rabbit now, said, glancing at the dead rabbit not far from Bear's side. It's gonna spoil if we leave it like that for too long. It's not like we have a choice anyway. Are you familiar with preparing it? No, I usually just eat takeout foods. Too busy to cook for myself, do you? Yeah. You sure? Said, trying my best to enforce that statement with a serious tone. Bear took a long look at the still fresh kill, his face twisted half into a grimace before making this made out of disgust and contemplation of processing the situation in his head. Glances at me, who is nauseous from looking at the dead rabbit. The thought of handling the squishy insides of the rabbit makes me sick to my stomach. Minutes went by in silence until he finally spoke. Don't worry, I got this. Really? Well, you already took the kill from me. I guess this is my way of repaying your effort, I guess. A wave of relief washed over me as Barry decided to take over the field dressing part of the rabbit. Is there anything I can help with? Do you make a fire? I think so, I'll do that right now. And don't look where I'm at unless you want to see things get messy. Barry grabs the rabbit and relocates close to the lake. He places the rabbit on a big rock while clutching a jagged piece of sharp rock in his fist. I give him a slight nod and go in the opposite direction without hesitation. Bear attending to the rabbit's preparation and felt upon me to start a fire. Armed only with the knowledge of how to start a fire thanks to Cherry, it would be a grueling solo endeavor to scavenge for adequate firewood in such short notice. I was hustling and panting as I traded back and forth, collecting stray pieces of dry wood and small kindling just to toss them into a neat pile. Once an armful of combustibles had been amassed, I paused for a moment and looked over at Bear's general direction. Only his back was visible, concealing the grisly spectacle that was going on. I wanted to be distracted any longer. I decided to focus on some dried sticks I had collected earlier, snapping them in half into manageable sizes. Once done, I grabbed a sizable log from the pile and placed it in front of me, lining the area around it with kindling. Alright, remember what you were taught. I said to myself, we're using a spear to bore a big enough hole into the middle of the log that could accommodate the tip of the smaller stick. Whoa. I stuck one end of the stick snugly into the opening, then grasped it between my palms and started the tiring task of grinding the wooden surfaces together like my life depended on it. I woke myself on mentally, telling myself to work past the fatigue of my limbs. And how in the world does Terry make it look so easy? I asked myself through clenched teeth while clamping my mounting frustration into my tiring arms. Beads of sweat started to form as I go into overdrive, using my adrenaline to keep pushing onwards. Until finally, I see a faint trail of smoke and embers, which were growing stronger as time goes by. Being overjoyed, I quickly put it on some kindling before blowing it with my mouth. What else would you blow it with? Soon, a small fire finally erupts in front of me. Finally. I began breathing steadily as I sat up, feeding some more wood into the heat to stroke the fire further. Why did I say stroke? Why did I say that? Adrenaline rushed within my system, soon fading away and dipping my body into a state of relaxation. Almost immediately, I feel the burn in my overexerted limbs, and I wince at this new and uncomfortable sensation. Soon, a light, rustling sound creeps up behind me. Hey, you did it! Hey, Barry, you came just in time to see me start the fire. That's great. I was done with my part and wanted to check on what you were doing. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of sore and winded at the moment. Would you mind looking after the fire while I take a minute or two? He said, leaning against the tree while pulling my knees close to my chest. Yeah, sure thing. He replied briskly, and then started to toss small firewood into the blaze. I stared into the mesmerizing glow of the fire as it crackled with certain rhythm, embers shooting up occasionally and dancing in the air before instantly phasing out of existence. I was rummaging through my clothes until I found something from hard poking me. So I remembered the small knife that Terry gave me last night. I should have given the knife to Barrow since he was preparing the meat just now. Sure would have made it much easier for Barrow. What's that, Jason? It's a pocket knife. You had a pocket knife on you this entire time? Do you know what I went through to prepare that meat? Okay, I'm sorry. I totally forgot about it. Okay, alright. Well, it's too late to regret everything now. Barrow nervously chuckled to himself. How did it go with the rabbit thing? It was very, 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 very bloody. Are you okay? It was so much blood. Who knew a small rabbit could contain that much blood? It just kept on going and going. Stop, I regret asking now. They made it look a lot simpler and better than the survival games. There wasn't this much blood on it. The survival games? You mean you've been... Stopped myself before rephrasing my sentence. You could have just told me in the first place and I would have done it myself, you know. But you felt sick from looking at the blood. I don't want to see you go through that again. I'm sorry. I was at a loss for words over Barry's sudden empathetic moment. I certainly wasn't expecting how thoughtful he can be. His goofy personality seemed sometimes mask a different version of Barry that I never got to see. I thought he was so brave and unbothered for handling the rabbit alone, but I was wrong. Despite his dislike, Barry still did the job anyway because he doesn't want me to suffer instead. And here I am, being thankful and relieved of myself, while unknowingly forcing a kind-hearted guy like Barry to handle it. Cared about me while I only cared about myself. No, I'm the one that should be sorry. What? It's my fault for making you prepare the rabbit part. I should have... Nuh-uh. I wanted to do it myself, but you would prepare the fire, remember? Yeah, because Barry doesn't know how to start a fire. I don't think. Barry... Nope, we made a deal before this quest began. Sensing that his argument might be going nowhere, I decided to take on another approach. How about we both do it together next time? You and I might not like it, but at least we don't have to go through it alone. Because that's what friends are for, right? Alright? Fine, it's a deal. Why does he look so angry? Barry said while puffing his cheeks. A thin smile forms on my lips as I understand that it must have been this sort of childish outlook which kept him more upbeat than the rest of us. Hey, Jason? What is it? I'm hungry. Should we start cooking the meat? I guess. Where's the meat? Let me warn you that it's not pretty. Don't worry, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, how young I was for thinking that. Oh, jeez. Barrow? Yes, Jason? What is that? It's the meat. What did you do to it? But it was a clump of what seemed to be meat, which was brutally cut before being smashed by a weird hammer and piled on banana leaf. What is left of it is for the mind to imagine. Oh, I can't help it. It's hard to cut without a proper knife here. If only I'd given Terry's pocket knife to Barrow, it could have prevented this from happening, but there's no point in lamenting in the past now. Here. Handing a piece in front of me, his concerned expression shows that he's still worried about how I react. I really want to touch his fleshy bits, but already made my promise to myself and him. Fine. Guess I'll never live this down if the others find out, especially Terry. The bear only smirks at his friend's compliance. Barrow takes the cleaned out meat close to the fireplace before stabbing a stick in it. From then on, there wasn't really much to do other than let time pass while observing the cooking process. Both of us made sure that the meat was thoroughly cooked to a dry enough consistency. Once all that was done, we noticed that it was likely about to sunset as the signs of an amber sky loomed above us. Crap, what time is it? We should head back to the others. They're probably worried about us. Already, but it's so nice here. I leaped up onto my feet, standing and helping Harm Barrow. I know, but it'll be a lot nicer once the others are here. Even Terry. he said with clear disdain in the bear's voice. The bear grabs onto the outstretched arm and pulls himself up. Yes, even Terry. I'm sure that even in that deep, frozen, cold heart, he still cares, even if just a little. Feels like it hasn't been that long since we got here. Now it's almost sunset. Yeah, I noticed how fast time went by just now. It hasn't even been that long since we left the group and gotten here. However, now's not the time to think about it. Yeah, something's up with the island. There's gotta be something up with this island. Like we didn't know that the body's disappearing in the ghosts. Doesn't matter. We need to get home before it gets even darker, I said while grabbing a large and sturdy piece of burning wood to be used as a torch. The bear only lets out a hopeful smile as he follows from the rear, using the markings from earlier on to find the way back. Meanwhile, back at the rest of the group. Where are they? They should have been back by now. Relax. They probably took a small detour and are on their way back now. I wouldn't be surprised if they got distracted by a fish or something. Terry tries to reassure himself. It's obvious that he was too also anxious about the well-being of the other two. But to take almost a whole day? Please relax, Kim. Breathe slowly as you can. Damn it. What if something happens to them? I knew I should have gone with them instead. It's not my fault. Kim was slowly losing his mind as he blamed his prior choices that led to the situation. Get your spear ready. We're going out to look for them. Terry grabbed a burning log from the campfire and used it as a torch to light in the dark path. Huh? I'll go ahead with the blue cheese, while you two stay here in case they both return. Terry swiftly took control of the whole situation, leaving no room for negotiation. Okay. Terry looks forward. Looks towards Kim with a slight annoyance on his face. You're going to just sit there, or you're planning to help me find them? I'll help you. Kim recompassed himself and regained his sanity back. The rest of you stay right here. We'll be right back with both of them. Stay safe, both of you. Without wasting any more precious time, both Kim and Terry make haste deeper into the forest, leaving Lucy and Owen behind at the camp, all of them hoping for the best outcome. Russell. Couldn't afford to waste more time as the light of the sun is already gone by now. Moreover, we have the fire from the torch to illuminate our path in the dark forest. The journey back felt uneventful for the most part, other than us missing the trail markings a few times in a row. I could hear some groaning from Barrow as he followed from behind. However, I just assumed that it was just general tiredness and tolerated it until I felt a gentle tap on my shoulder causing me to stop and check on him. Hold up, Jason, we need to replace the torch before it dies. Alright, we better get to quick then. The trail markings already consumed a lot of our time. How do we even keep missing them so much despite it being obvious to find? It just doesn't make sense. I sigh while sticking my torch into the ground, allowing it to hold in an upright position to provide illumination if necessary. Fortunately, I didn't need to make more step before I spotted a suitable dry branch. I picked it up with one hand and tried to rekindle a brighter flame than before. In the bright flame of the new torch illuminated the dark forest better than before. What is he doing? Oh, he has bandages on his legs. Kicked up. I look around and I see Barry trying to tiptoe himself up to grab a branch of his own, like a kid who had their balloon stuck on a tree. Hey Baru, I got the stuff that we needed already. Nice! This branch is a lot higher than Baru accidentally slipped over a branch underneath him, causing him to fall down and land on his rump with his HUD. He seems to be unhurt, but a bit phased as he sat on the ground, still trying to get his thoughts together. Oof, you okay there, bud? Yeah, luckily my big butt secured my fall. Whoa. Why are we talking about... Why are we talking about your pond? Alright, enough games, big guy, let's get going. I said with a laugh, before squatting down and giving the poor bear a hand. However, fate had other plans for me. No, what's about to happen? Oh no, I'm scared. Jason, get away from there now! My concentration breaks apart as Bear's warning seems to hang in the air. Bear grabs my extended arm before flinging me to the side, knocking me off my feet. Stumble over clumsily, losing my balance and falling on my back. I scrambled away from there, trying to collect my train of thoughts while holding the torch that fell next to me. What the fuck is that? Oh no. I didn't expect that we would be getting jumped by a multi-tailed tiger. Why is this thing so freaking buff? Jesus. Terror is filling my mind as I see a large furred beast emerging from an opening. I couldn't take the chance to closely study it and only noticed that its thick fur and an orange coloration. Sat there completely paralyzed on the spot, like a deer caught in the headlights with its deadly stare that bound me to the ground. I can only brace for my imminent demise. Get out of here, Jason! Barrow, no! Barrow, no! After launching me to the side, Barrow immediately took the chance and stood between me and the beast, gaining its attention and the adrenaline, knowing my senses as I failed to process everything at once. What are you doing? Run! No, Barrow! No! I should have stayed home. Jason! Barrow was cut off mid-sentence as the beast lunged towards him, knocking his body onto the ground. He landed on his back with a loud grunt as the tiger tried to maul at his neck. Kill it! We need to kill it. We need to save the Barrow. Luckily, Barrow managed to hold the beast back using his spear as he pushes its maul away from an irreversible serious damage. Barrow! To protect him and bring me back to my senses, my eyes dart to me to escape, and I'm frightened for Barrow's safety. Then I feel the heat radiating from the torch next to me, its head still burning bright. And I'm undisturbed by the dirt through the small miracle. On move! I thought to myself and instinctively lashed out my arms to grab it before the beast could inflict further damage on my downed companion. It's now or never. Forcing myself back on. I need to lock in. Forced myself back to my feet. I immediately lunged towards the tiger with the torch in my hand. I swung the burning hot torch directly at its face as hard as I can, burning its flesh and singeing the skin of the beast. The large beast winces in pain and takes a step back, releasing Barrow from underneath it. It shakes its head with its front paws flailing around, leaving a scratch along my forearm in the process. Ah! Hurt costume. No! Seeing an opening, Barrow took the opportunity to thrust his handmade spear into the midsection of the disoriented and distracted feline. The low-quality spear immediately snaps in half and meets its target. The beast's ear-splitting roar of pain rings out in the air like a gun going off before it staggers backwards and retreats into the dark forest. Can we get a new character and not something trying to kill us? The beast disappears along with Barrow's weapon lodged within its body. Huff. Barrow immediately rushed next to his side. Tell me how you're feeling. I originally asked him with a hint of concern in my voice. Good news is that my companion was still standing on his feet, but with some minor scratches that I got after being pounced on to the ground. Minor scratches. Yeah, sure. I had to freaking react so fast. We are lucky that we are hella lucky that I am fast, or else Barrow would be in the ground right now. The bear stood hunched over, sitting his breath. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't feel any broken bones or anything, but my back hurts a lot, though. I see that. Hold on, let me check something. Okay. I had to check. The route that we're going on is the good ending. If I miss, we're en route to the bad ending of this chapter. Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, I read that already. Does it look bad, though? Bear said softly through moans of pain. Why is he moaning? Tiger got you good, but unfortunately the bleeding does not seem to be profuse. We just need to treat that wound and get some wrappings on you at camp. Over your shirt. Yeah, it could have been worse. Do you think the spear killed the tiger? I don't think the spear managed to ward it off completely. It might come back for revenge any time now. Let's just wait here and find out. Come on. We continue to make our way at the back at a slower pace, taking care not to slip on anything and being alert at all times of our surroundings. Our steps forward are sort of consistent, but troubled as they heard him letting out repressed yelps of pain with each footfall. His fur started to damp with precipitation as his body pushed itself to stay mobile. Hey, let's stop here. What's wrong? Are you okay? Yeah, the tiger took a lot more energy than I expected. I just need a little breather. Barry said in a somewhat wheezing tone. Whoa! I said, tripping on my own foot, causing me to ram into a tree. The unexpected motion caught Barry by surprise as he still ended up sandwiching me between him and the tree. I'm laughing like Candace Flynn right now. I closed my eyes, feeling a heavy weight resting on top of me with my back pressed onto a tree. I feel his fluffy fur on mine and his warm breath occasionally blowing onto my neck. His heart beats faster than normal on my chest. Sorry about that. I'll adjust myself. No, it's fine. Felt weird being in this position considering what we just went through just now. I was frozen in place, unconsciously holding my breath. The bear didn't even try to move and just let his arm gently hold my waist. Holding my waist. Well, some shit show turned out to be. Oh, I'm just glad we managed to survive all that. Could have gone wrong so fast. Thank you for saving me. I might not be here if it wasn't for you. I'm sure I would have been dead meat if you didn't pull me away from it. It was a very thrilling quest indeed. Thrilling? So you're actually enjoying this? I asked, poking a bit of fun at Barry's choice of words. And I could tell that he was more relaxed as his heartbeat slowed to a comfortable rhythm and his words came out with less effort. The bear let out a faint chuckle. Our gaze meets with one another, locking in each other. His face was so close to mine, I could feel his warm breath on my lips. They grew closer and closer as the moment went by, leaving only a few inches between our lips. Wait, Hey Jason, he calls my name softly. My hand is numb. Ah. Huh? I said, still blushing profusely from the intense close interaction just now. Realizing I accidentally squished his arm that was on my waist. Immediately adjusted myself and moved away from him. So sorry about that. It's okay. So I smiled for him and buried his blushing face. Well, let's get going before the others chew us out for being here so late. Yeah. We resumed our usual pace, yet I could still feel my companion felt much more at peace, and I enjoyed the momentary silence we had. Sergeant was burnt out now, and would have soon left us in the cold, dark night. I'm pretty sure he would be uninjured if we just stayed with the group. I looked at the sky as it was no longer vibrant and blue, but now a deep canvas dotted with those bed of stars. A midnight color. Lovely. We love the midnight color. Luckily, we caught a sight of a faint light at the end of the forest, indicating the end of our little adventure. Hey, look! Campfire! Hang on a little bit longer, we're almost there. Back at the camp, a certain Bunny is more concerned about the safety of her fellow friends, pacing back and forth, muttering to herself for quite some time. Could it be? It shouldn't take this long. It's not that far away. Did something happen to them? Oh no. Lucy, just sit down already. You're going to tire yourself out. I don't want to sit down. What if something bad happens to them? Aren't you worried too? Of course I am. But worrying about it won't solve a thing. Besides, Kim and Terry went to look for them already. Let's just hope for the best, okay? Maybe I should have gone out and looked for them as well. Whoa, that's a bad idea. It's already dark out there and it's dangerous to go off alone right now. Plus, we need to be here in case they do come back. You're right. Just wish I could have been something more. Lucy finally took a seat with her head down next to Owen, who was tending to the fire. She leans her head on the side until it rests on Owen's shoulder, watching the flames burning the firewood. Hey, we have some straight love. Russell. We're finally home. We're home. Said, trying to catch my breath as I helped Barry down. I can't feel my legs. I'm so tired. That one took forever. Jason, Barry. Whoa, I legit thought you guys were dead or something. Wow. I missed you too, Owen. What took you both so long? Noticing our battered up state covering it with bruises and blood, Lucy rushed to our side to do a quick checkup. What happened to you? A lot has happened, by the way. Could you please check up on Barrow first? I think he's in a worse condition than I am. Not wasting a second, she went to treat Barrow as best as she could before finally checking up on me. Me and Barrow both tried our best to explain everything that had happened from our point of view. Of course, we both left some intimate details regarding our moments of the forest to ourselves. As for Lucy and Owen, they were trying their best to remain calm despite everything we had just told them. Russell. Soon the other two members of our group finally emerged from the bushes. The feeling of defeat and frustration were all plastered on their faces. None of them noticed us yet. Sorry, you guys. We tried our best, but Blue Husky lost his train of thoughts after noticing the two missing members that were gone for the whole day, sitting by the fire like nothing happened. Jason. Baru. Husky sniffled and he tried his best not to break into tears. Well, a certain Red Fox was not pleased with us. You morons! The hell took you so long? And what happened to the bear? Fox asked concerningly and won't go clear our inspection. Aw, someone cares. I guess. Ouch! Louder says mockingly before being hit by a shoe. Say another word and I'll feed you with your own shoe. Now, Terry. Don't crowd around the injured. Let's give Lucy some space to do her thing. Fox expresses his annoyance, but obliges and gives us some space without further hesitation. Why didn't I pull out the pocket knife and, stab the tiger in the head? All it would have taken is some jab, 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 jab. Jab, 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 jab. And the tiger would be a victim. Now, could you tell us what happened today? What did this to you? Both me and Barry found the new campsite we had planned to. Took the chance to cook some wild game that we hunted along the way. Okay. Thought we might have delayed our return trip a bit too long as we were already tired and sore from the initial trip. So we took a rest and didn't fully realize it was almost evening when we went home. Wait, there isn't that far from here. Shouldn't have taken us that long to get home. Well, we sort of lost our marking trails on our way back and got lost for quite a while. That doesn't explain the cuts and bruises you guys have. Just get on with it already. We were ambushed by a tiger. What? Where? How? I'm not sure, but thanks to Barrow I managed to hide, but the guilty glanced over at Barrow. Somehow feeling responsible for his injuries from trying to protect me. And what? The tiger. What happened to the tiger? I ran away after I got bonked by a torch and then stabbed by Barrow. Kim only nods his head with a wide-eyed expression that was really our tale. Well, it's a good thing you were both safe. Safe? What do you mean by safe? There's nothing safe here when there's that thing roaming around. I knew we should have just stayed on the beach. Yeah, I don't want to get mauled down by a tiger. I understand everyone's concerns, but we already made a choice of getting to the new area where there's plenty of resources around. And what? Getting all of us killed by the tiger? I admit, the tiger's a huge problem for us, but staying on the beach won't do us any good either. Then what's your plan? We'll go by our original plan and take lots of precautions while we're out there. Bandage costume unlocked. He has his shirt off. About what I expected. Less nipplage. Barry stayed silent during the whole conversation, averting everyone else's gaze as Lucy was patching him up. He was constantly caressing his shoulder near where his back where Owen was, possibly feeling responsible that everyone's panicking because of him. How's the wound looking for him, Lucy? Well, he had just finished cleaning the wounds with clean water a while ago, trying her best to wrap a bandage around Barry's chest. I would have helped you myself, but I don't want to end up turning him into a mummy. I'm not quite sure how much wrapping to use on a wound that is that wide. You're lucky that the flesh wound was relatively shallow, so it has clotted up pretty nicely by now. I did use a lot of disinfectant so that the infection does not set in. Also, no broken bones or deformities of any sort, apart from a scar which might permanently be etched across your back for life. Well, it's better than being dead, I must say. It'll be one badass scar later on. You think so? Heck yeah! You can tell other people that you fought a tiger when you get back. Be a legend. A legend. Baru being Baru, covered in scars like me. Like an old veteran who fought dragons who had plenty of scars from amazing battles. Yeah, scars like a medal, which befits a brave hero. A hero that has any scars just means he can't keep himself from taking unnecessary hits. Terry, just let him have this moment. A hero. Barrow boastfully exclaims and began to flex his muscles, seemingly proud of what he's done today. Oh no, Lucy, feeling irritated by Barrow's comment, proceeded to tighten the bandages without any warning. Ouch! Hey, what's that for? I would appreciate it if you didn't try to get yourself killed or hurt in any way, please. Got it. Applying the bandage, Lucy moves to the side, putting the cotton and bandages aside. Then what about Jason? Why did you give the same kind of treatment to Jason? I didn't take a look at Jason. He's in better condition than you were, so some disinfection here and there should be enough. Kim did not appear to show any noticeable emotion outwardly, but the sight of him fiddling with his thumbs around suggested otherwise. I believe Barrow needs to rest. He's already had too much going on for him today. Yeah, but I'm not that sleepy yet. It's okay, Barrow. Just lay down and rest for now. If you say so, but let me know if you guys need me, okay? Give him a warm smile, letting him know everything is fine. Everything is okay. Didn't have to be on alert anymore. It's been a while since I've seen any of the characters blink. Soon he sets off to his tent and attempts to rest, leaving us to our own endeavors. The husky remains speechless for what seemed like an eternity. The moment went by just like that, as Kim held his stare of rumination. So, what are we supposed to do if he comes here? Fox said aloud, showing no concern that his tone has betrayed his normally gruff outlook. Kim only takes a single deep breath and exhales. Then we'll be ready. We'll outnumber it. So one more night here, and we shall move out first thing tomorrow. Terry only huffs and walks away. Either he's still holding his thoughts in, or running out of smart ideas. He resigns himself back to the small little corner, nonetheless to dwell on his own thoughts. Meanwhile, Owen goes out for a quick look at the surroundings not far from the camp where we see him from afar. So the husky, he only risks a momentary glance at the departing fox, because focusing his attention back towards me, the two remaining individuals in front of him sat closer to me as I could feel his warmth radiating from his body. Hey, sorry I was focused on Barrow that I forgot to ask about you, he asked, with a voice that was so soft but loud enough for me to hear. How are you holding up? Oh yeah, Jason, have you washed your wounds with clean plain water like I asked? Yeah, I did. Great. We'll put a bit of disinfectant on it now. I can do that for you. Alright. Try not to waste it though. We don't have that many of those to begin with. I understand. Thank you, Lucy. Kim held out his arm, receiving the bottle of disinfectant from Lucy. I'll leave you two alone and check up on Owen for a while. I'll see you guys in a bit. The bunny left the fire to look for a certain otter, accompanying on him on his own. Now it's just the two of us alone. Let's get you checked, shall we? Gave him my arm where the wounds were more obvious. It wasn't bleeding excessively or anything like that, just some cuts and scratches. Kim takes my hand, gently leading it towards him. My eyes stare intently at my arm, assessing the damage. He does a wad of cotton with the disinfectant in an almost methodical fashion before tapping it gently on the wounds. It immediately recoiled as the damp material made contact with my skin. Trying my best to hold back my vocal expression of pain, which manifested as labored sounds in huffs and grunts. Repeated motion of the damp swab felt as if a scorching torrent was flowing along my skin as Kim dabbed the area with an equal measure of meticulous attention and swiftness. What took only seconds to perform felt like an endless torment. I was worried, you know. Huh? I was so scared that I might have killed you. It's not your fault, though. It is my fault. I had my doubts when you said you wanted to go alone with Barrow, but I still let you go anyway. You might as well be sending you both to your own death, and it was not my fault. And when you and Barrow went missing, my mind went so numb. Kim's eyes never left from looking at my arm, almost ashamed to look me in the eye. Hey, we're still here. I'm still alive. Kiss. What? Who said that? Whatever happened back then is not your fault. It'll never be your fault. Got it? I led my other arm to hold his face up, forcing him to look at me. Kim only nods as a response, averting his gaze away. I'm done, by the way. Says, putting away the bandages and disinfectant. Both of you and Barrow need to rest for the night. I'll handle the night watch, so don't worry about that. Kim, I have a trip to plan for tomorrow. Relax, I'll be... Oh my god, here he comes. Relax my ass. I was even more worried about that beast. Else I would have been beaten and sensitive to a brain of yours. I'll get some shut-eye now if you're about to plan something big later. Are you guys fighting again? Man, I wish I had some popcorns right now to see who won. Please don't be so loud. Barry's still resting. You're staying up with me tonight, other boy. The rest of you get to sleep. What? Or would you rather get attacked in your sleep or whatever's out there? Ryder catches himself mid-protest and looks back at Lucy's direction longingly before addressing Jerry's question. I said Tyler. I said Tyler the first time. Ignore it. Fine, I'll do it. It's only fair that I pick up the slack once in a while, I guess. Whatever. Just don't bother me. The fox replied with an annoyed face. Kim, are we leaving in the morning? Yeah, try to get some rest for now. I'll be up early tomorrow to take stock of our provisions one last time. Can't wait to get some fishing action at the new camp. So I guess good night to you then. Sleep well, Jason. I walked to my tent, hoping to finally get some rest after the hell that I've been through today. The last thing I remember hearing was Kim's voice, but not so much about the topic of what he was discussing. I was too tired to listen to anything he was trying to say. He has to say at the moment. There's a small groan sound from somewhere. I try to investigate its source, however, it comes from a slumbering big white bear. Oh no, he's crying. No, please. Bear keeps shifting around and groans in his sleep, possibly experiencing some nightmare. A nightmare I would have known what it was about or from. It could be something that happened today, or it might have been something else entirely. If it was the first one, I would have wished that I could do something to prevent it from happening. Poor thing. It must have been so terrifying for him. But he still put his goofy face in front of us, hiding away his true feelings. He couldn't lay on his back because the wounds have felt agonizing and uncomfortable to sleep with, so he shifts onto his sides uncomfortably again and again, tears falling in his eyes. I gently caressed his arm, wiping away the tears, hoping it would soothe him in his sleep. I kept whispering that everything was fine for him, but there was nothing to worry about, and soon Barrow became calmer than he was before. He'll get better soon. Tomorrow will be better for you, I promise. Soon the tiredness finally took over as my body relaxed itself after the harrowing ordeal. I slipped into a deep sleep, effortlessly right next to Barrow. To be continued. Dang it. Thank you for playing. See you in the next build. Okay. So, before ending this, I want to see what the other paths would lead to. I kind of want to see what the other paths of Chapter 4 would lead to. Mainly one that I want to check, which is the opposite of the one where I saved Barrow. Let me go ahead and go to that real fast and see what happens. Okay, so we're here, so I'm just going to click skip, and I'm not going to grab the torch this time. For myself back in the field, let's put the target of the torch, however, in the highly panicked and anxious state, I stumbled over again. The torch missed its mark. Damn it, I missed. The beast senses my blender and swipes my torch-bearing arm, knocking me onto the ground and causing the torch to fall out of my grasp. My vulnerable state, I could not help but watch the beast aimlessly. Horror seized my chest like a vice as I noticed the murderous intent in its gaze. This beast doesn't know what I tried to do. No! Barrett's shot is cut short as the target forces his massive weight against him. His grip on his spear tightens as he desperately tries to keep the beast at bay. Hold on, does this just lead to the same thing? It does not just lead to the same thing. No, Barrow! Luckily, this isn't canon to my playthrough. Barrow's, the spear tightens, the grip on the spear tightens as he desperately tries to keep the beast at bay. Although he remains steadfast in his defense, a loud cracking noise suddenly emanates from the spear itself. Snap. That snapping, the spear breaks in half. It felt like a nightmarish bird that colored away. There was so much of it. Yeah. No! My boy! The spear was our first and last line of defense. Without it, Barry stood no chance against his attacker. Claws raked across his chest, tearing through his shirt and flesh. Blood spilled out profusely from his deep wound, staining the dirt a bright red beneath him. Baru! Inspiration and pain stirs through Baru. The white bear's eyes shot wide open with pain. His breath rapid and audible as he struggled to remain alert. In the heat of the moment, his flaying and outstretched arm managed to reach for the broken half spear that's tipped into the moonlight. His grip tightened around it, and at the frenzied motion, he drove it deeply within the tiger's eye. Tiger recoils backwards with a roar of surprise. The momentum of the altercation shifts immediately and drastically. His fierce tiger pulls back from prey with rivulets of blood dripping from his face. Actually, more like it's concerning prey, it growls weakly, swinging its head from side to side as if trying to process the quick turn of events. The final snarl escapes from its maw as it turns and leaps back into the dense undergrowth. I was so dazed and shaken up. I only noticed that I was holding my breath the whole time until we were finally safe. Turned towards him, yet upon on the ground, covered in a pool of his own blood. Dropped my knees beside Barrow, whose breath was labored and uneven, his body trembling from the pain. No! Okay, I'm glad I have such quick reflexes. Barrow talked to me. My hands were shaking as I applied pressure to his wound. I could not properly tell, but his chest was a deep red mess. Crimson fluid soaked into my fur, but all I could focus on was my best to address his injury. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. He'll be fine. You're fine. What's going on? Please hold on. Despite my efforts, the bleeding remained profuse. Didn't know what else to do, and tears began to well up against the corner of my eyes. Just right, Barrowell. Please don't die. For a brief moment, Barrow's eyes pried open. He gave a weak smile as he looked at me. The last of his strength, he placed both hands against my trembling arm. Tears were now falling freely from my eyes. I witnessed the light vanish from his eyes as his body grew lifeless in my arms. Barrow? Barrow! Barrow! No! Everything else felt like a blur after that. Somehow I found my way back to camp. I sat by the fire in silence at a campsite, fidgeting my fingers together. My past memories felt disjointed and really unraveled like a surreal mess around me. My arm is still red with his blood. Before my emotions spiral once more, I took a deep breath and closed my eyes, trying to ground myself in the present, make sense of my fragmented thoughts. I had the faintest memory of the forest, where it's nothing but dark and silent around me. Somehow Kim and Terry managed to track us both also us under the light of the moon. I recall speaking with them briefly, but couldn't remember any of it. I could vividly recall the look of their face in the faces of everyone at camp, pure terror mixed with shock. But then I also remember a fight that broke off later that night. That was all the fight about, I wonder. They checked up on me from time to time to see how I was faring up. Thoughts drifted away, focused on the blaze of fire in front of me. Everything feels numb as I slowly lose interest with all the things happening around me. At some point, everyone in the group stepped away, leaving me by myself. As for Baru, he had the faintest heartbeat when he was brought back to camp, barely alive. Lucy did her best to tend to his injuries, the rest was scurrying around the camp frantically as they tried to lend her as much support as possible. Everyone except for me. After some time had passed, Lucy stepped out of the tent. She looked exhausted with bags under her eyes. Okay, so I can happily say, this isn't canon. This isn't canon to the playthrough. This isn't canon. This is a side story. It's a fan game. This is a fan game. Just some time passed. Okay, I already read that. Lucy, how is he? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Is he... I really don't know. I managed to stop the bleeding, but that's all I could afford to do. I'm sorry. Do you think he'll wake up? Your guess is as good as mine, and I can only hope that he will regain consciousness. You did your best, Lucy. Thank you for your help. Lucy shakes her head. I'm sorry. I think I need to lie down for a bit. Sure thing, Lucy. You go get some rest. Lucy wobbles back to her own tent. I stagger towards Barry's tent, praying I'd make it there before my legs gave out, before I could take another step to block me from going any further. What are you doing? I'm sorry, but I don't think you should see him right now. Not until you've had a chance to rest up, at least. I looked him straight in the eyes. I wanted to argue, but his concern for me was all truly evident and genuine. It would be fair to berate him for it. After all, still haunted by the memories of watching Burrow getting mangled earlier. Maybe he could see that through my tired eyes. Wonder, what do I look like in those kind eyes of yours right now? Can I see myself now, please? I want to see how ugly I am. Again. For the first time. You should also wash that blood off you. Right. I should get rid of this. Staggered towards the beach, hoping to wash his blood off me. Kim stood where he was, still watching me from the campsite. You should go after him. Kim looks back towards the fire. Jerry. Well? I don't know if I should. What if he hates me because I let him go with Barrow? It shouldn't have been me. So what? Why should that ever stop you? Listen, when you have a chance to make a choice, make one that you know you won't regret. Make a choice I won't regret. Tim gave a chuckle. Thank you, Terry. You were a great help. Tim stared at Terry briefly, trying to find a hint of acknowledgement. But Terry remained as expressionless as usual, just as he always had when engaged in his own headspace. Blue Husky immediately went off towards the beach. You're not the only one. Bachman to himself as Kim stepped out of earshot. It's like you, I had my own choice to make. I will not ever regret it. What? What is he gonna do? Kim caught up to me just as I washed off most of the blood. He was shifting uncomfortably behind me, clearly struggling to initiate a conversation. So what now? I blurted out all of a sudden. About what? The whole plan of our relocating our camp? Didn't we clearly discuss this earlier with everyone? Oh. Kim made himself comfortable beside me. Everyone's still on the same page about moving, even with everything that went down. How are you doing? Shouldn't you worry about Barrow instead? Exactly. Shouldn't care about me. I'm probably ugly. I am now. I am. Now I'm worrying about you too. Who's sending me notifications? Stop bothering me. Let me read, please. You shouldn't. I don't deserve it. I buried my face between my palms trying to hold it together. Why not? It's all my fault. If I didn't fumble back there, Bear wouldn't be like this. Just tightened as the word leave my mouth. Listen, when you have the chance to make a choice, make one that you know you won't regret. No one could have predicted what would have happened. I think I did. I said something about someone's probably gonna die. Like last time. If there's anyone that should be blamed, it should have been me. Besides, for gazing up the night sky. I had a bad feeling about the entire trip, yet I threw my gut feelings to the side and insisted it was okay. If only I hadn't stopped you. I know he's just trying to make me feel better. That's why he's saying all this, but the turmoil inside me is pushing all irrationality aside. I hate you. All the pain, fear, frustration, and guilt, I let it all fall on him. Even when I already knew he didn't deserve it, still letting it happen. The worst part of it, feeling relieved by this. Makes me want to crawl out of my skin, my hopeless, shitty self. Jesus, I hate you. Why did you stop me back then? I heard him rustling close to me until I felt a soft hand gently pat on the top of my head. Some touch felt warm and inviting. Yet I don't deserve this feeling. I don't earn any of this kindness. I hate you. Why am I so weak? He lingered by my side even as I sobbed into the palm of my hands. I hate you. Why can't I be more like you? Kiss. What? Who said that? Who keeps saying that? I swear. Carl? I should shut up and being schizophrenic? Okay, I'm sorry. As my mood shifted from the better, I felt a sense of emancipation deep within me. Oh, you saying... Oh, you said I have bipolar disorder? No, I don't think so. Okay. I composed myself while wiping the rest of my tears away. Sorry, I didn't mean any of that. I know. Give me a soft smile. Did that make you feel any better? The husky extends his hands and wipes a stray tear off my cheek. I only nod in response. Barely got any rest since you returned. You should head back first. What about you? Well, Terry and I will be doing night watch and rotation, so you go ahead and rest in my tent if you want. Well, good night, I guess. Sleep well, Jason. Felt awkward, knowing that was the first and only genuine conversation I've had all day, and since my harrowing ordeal. However, today was definitely not my proudest moment. If I could do it all over again, I would have handled things very differently. Well, at least I can. However, life doesn't work like that. I almost hobbled into Kim's tent, hoping to finally get some rest. And allowing myself to feel the exhaustion embracing my body completely, I laid my heavy body inside it and wanted myself to relax. Alright. Should apologize to Barry when he wakes up. I mumbled just as the tiredness won in at the end, and my weary self drifted off into a deep sleep. So, I think I got the best possible ending. Thank you for playing. See you in the next build. I think I got the best possible ending. Let me, put this off to the side so I can check. Yeah. I have the best I think I have the best possible ending for up here. I might make a separate video for this if I choose to stay with the gang, because I feel like that's gonna take me an hour to get through. But this is the only chapter with different endings. The other chapters had stuff, but nothing like this, because this has 3 possible endings. Oh, I didn't want to go to this. No, go back here. So we got the torch. So the blue one is our ending. The blue one is our main ending. Tomorrow, I might do the stay with the gang one, and also, if that doesn't take long, I can check out the rest of these. Random outcome. There's a random outcome in chapter 2. And there's another whole choice, there's another whole thing in chapter 2 that I haven't checked out yet. Like, over here. Chapter 1, I'm missing CGs in. Let me speed run through that real fast. Shouldn't take me too long. Okay, I fixed it now, so it's filled out. So yeah, tomorrow I'm probably gonna go through the other ending in the final ending in chapter 4, and then get the rest of the CGs for chapter 5 or chapter 2 and chapter 3, because I'm missing quite a few with this. Like this right here for missing the knife thing. This up here for choosing to go with them has 4 things. It has another one right here that just skips straight to the end. So I've been choosing the longest routes every time. And I think I've been picking the best routes as well. Because so far, no one has any horrible injuries. And everyone's mostly remained uninjured. Baru has been injured a bit, but he's fine. He'll live on our canon ending. This is uncanon. We don't know what this is. We're in the green. It seems that all of my options are in the green now that I look at it. And this one is the only one with red around it. Oops, no! Stop showing me the scene, please. I don't want to see it anymore. But, okay, I'm gonna switch it off of this. Thank you guys so much for watching. This series, this game, I really love this. If there's don't need me to censor stuff that much, or if I have to censor stuff, I'll still censor it. If it has a good story like this one, and it can be gay or straight. I don't judge. I love both. Oh. Especially considering I chose, the group of Beru Bulge. We're gonna ignore that though. But this is just another chapter that was really fun to go through. We unlocked a lot more things for both Terry and Beru. Khan shadowed upset. Where's the shirtless costume? There it is. Perfect. And then this one has cosplay. I freaking love Beru, man. The hurt one and the bandage one. I just realized okay, he's still in his pants. This one still has 26. Never mind, I lied. It only has 30. It says it does, but I'm guessing some of them aren't available yet because it's chapter. Oh yeah, look. This set has not been unlocked yet. We're still missing stuff for Terry. Oh yeah, I forgot Owen was shirtless at one point. Excited! But yeah, we're missing this for Terry. So Terry has something that I missed. And we're gonna see that next time. When's their birthdays? March 23rd, January 22nd, February 12th, February 17th, May 13th. Okay, so everyone's birthday has happened except for Lucy's. But yeah, don't go to chapter 4. This is really fun. We're still missing so many CGs. Shirtless Kim. I love that one. But I am Mini. Oh, the mini ones. We're missing some of these as well. Flame breathing. Yes, flame breathing. The little Tanjiro one. Yeah, there's still a ton of these. Oh yeah, when he took her glasses. There's still some of these I'm missing. I'm still missing some here. And I have all the ones here. So yeah, next time, we're most likely going to get the rest of them. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. If there's any games like this, I've already said, drop their name and where they are down in the comments. If they're free, I'll play them. Because I don't have money. Thank you so much for watching. This is something I get to do. Be a little quirky, little wild in these recordings. But yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.